Hello everyone, I would like to make a video review of the Leatherman wrist tool, or the Tread. I've had this now since last Christmas, so almost 1 year, and I've been using it pretty much every single day. I've been wearing it constantly. I wear it when I go swimming in the ocean, I wear it at work, and when I go traveling. I've been going through both international and domestic airports, and it's never been a problem. It goes through the scanners just fine. Only thing is I've gotten some comments about how cool they think it looks, so that's been nothing negative whatsoever. One of the bigger drawbacks with this is that the metal is quite soft, so the tools can strip quite easy if you put them under too harsh punishment. And this is a pity, because otherwise I think I'm really satisfied with it. But it's also a factor that these are US standard and not necessarily metric, so then they might not really fit to the nuts and bolts and things like that that are metric around here. So the things I use the most are the Phillips and flathead screwdrivers. But like I said, they can strip pretty easy, so they can't really take too much punishment. But I've both tightened and loosened some pretty decent screws with these guys, and it comes in handy in a pinch. It's nothing I would prefer over normal tools, because it doesn't do as good a job. I mean, there's not as much reach, obviously, and I mean, when you're holding, it's all loose and wobbly. So I mean, it's not necessarily great for that, but like I said, in a pinch it'll definitely do the job, and you can fix. I fixed quite a few things just right now. I fixed a lamp switch that was faulty, so I used the screwdrivers to undo the screws and to pry it open and put the wires back in place and screw it all back together, so that worked. This is actually more useful than I thought it would be. You can put some bolt bits in there and use that for older computers. They always have some small nuts and bolts, which is kind of a pain in the ass if you don't have the right tools, but just slap a bit right on there and you're good to go. So that actually worked out quite nicely. The box cutter is one of the things I use the most as well. Definitely very nice and useful, but it gets dull because this metal is so soft. It gets dull pretty easy. But it still does the job. But it would be nicer if it was harder metal, so it wouldn't get so dull. The pick works nice. It bends also quite easy, so you have to be careful, especially when you're tightening things, so you don't get it sort of pinched in there. But having a pick is actually quite useful for a lot of different circumstances. It's not often I use it for SIM card slots every once in a while, but usually it's for cleaning any kind of grooves or whatnot. So in general, yeah, I'm really happy about it. I think it's great fun. It's one of the coolest ways of opening a bottle. For sure, I get a lot of cool comments about it. People really like it, and I wonder what it is. And I think it looks nice, and it feels great on the wrist. It can, unfortunately, slap open if you smash your hand down on anything. Then this can pop open spontaneously. So that's doesn't happen that often, but it can. So and you will be ripping off all the hairs on your wrist eventually, and they get sort of snagged in there, and they do get popped off. But after a few weeks, you don't have any hairs left, and it doesn't hurt anymore. So I've never gotten my hand stuck or caught, and it's never pinched or hurt my wrist at all. So no, if you've thought about getting one, but you were a little bit on the fence about it, I would definitely say go get it. I think it's great, and I really love it. And like I said, I wear it every day, and I feel totally naked without it. So I can really recommend it. Useful? No, not so much, but it's a fun little thing to have nonetheless. And it's just a cool little toy. So, alright, hope you liked the video, and hope it was helpful for you. Alright.